Concerned about the depth at running back for OSU? No, not really. And I think today was a good game to show that you don't need to be too concerned about the depth at running back because Mayan Williams came in and had an impactful game for the first time in what feels like 2 or 3 months. It'd be nice to see Master T get a couple more carries, but now that you know that you can use Garrett Wilson more on running plays, I would use Garrett Wilson more on some running plays. Give him a shot. He had a rushing touchdown today. Henderson played fine. Mayan Williams, though, had a big game. Eight yards averaging on a carry, nearly 9. So, yeah, I think today is a game where you're not as concerned about the running back depth anymore because you saw Mayan Williams have a big game when he was given the opportunity to. Whereas over the past couple of weeks, Travion Henderson has really been carrying the load in the run game and has been getting all the opportunities. So, do you see the touchdown catch and runs he was? Would JSN be able to pull those type of TD catches and runs like Olave? I'm not sure. Not sure, Roberto. Yeah, for sure. What do you think about the refs today? Here's the thing. With games like this where the outcome is so out of range, I'm not so concerned about the officiating decisions because they don't have nearly as much of an impact on the outcome of the game. So that's why I don't really look at the officiating performances in games like this or don't really pay attention as much. The officials had some bad calls, absolutely, but I'm more critical of officials in football or any sport when their calls can potentially affect the outcome of a game. That's where I get a little more into the nitty-gritty of officiating decisions and whatnot. And obviously, we've seen that happen a billion times in college football. A billion times. So, the officials didn't have to call anything that was consequential for the outcome of the game. So, I go out with your buds and try to get what? Okay. Interesting question. Teams are double bracketing Olave, so it is leaving JSN and Wilson open to get more stats and touches. That's true. And Buckeye Nexus has got a good point there. Yeah, the fact that Olave has been sort of the main man entering the season, teams are still double bracketing him and still double coverages. He might not get the same opportunities, which is why JSN and Wilson have had these sort of monster breakout performances. So we'll see maybe against Michigan State or Michigan, defenses are like, well, Jackson Smith-Njigba's had like 600 receiving yards over the last 3 weeks. We should get 2 guys on him more so. Oh, Garrett Wilson just had a 4-touchdown game. Maybe we need to keep a guy on him the whole time. Chris Olave gets open, has a big game. We'll see. It'll be cool. Olave be able to do the damage across the middle? I'm not sure. It was evident in the Penn State game and Nebraska game. Yeah, that's true. I get that. Devin Banks is not a good corner to me. Why has he been hyped as a first-round pick? More like 3rd or 4th. Yeah, Banks hasn't been like overly great. Yeah, he had 2 guys on him on the touchdown drop. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm curious, right? I'm going to go back to that mock draft that I had open. I want to see where they're putting the OSU guys in the first round. Let's see. How you do this is you do your classic Command F. So right now, CBS mock draft has Garrett Wilson going 18th to the Chiefs. Can you imagine if Garrett Wilson had Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback? Oh my goodness. Good Lord. They've got Chris Olave going 21st to the Saints. Pretty cool. Teaming up there with good old Michael Thomas. Yeah, right now the mock draft only has those 2 guys as OSU's first round picks, and that's it. Which makes sense. I think those could be the only 2 first-round picks for the Buckeyes going into the draft next year. The amount of yards our defense gave up today is concerning. Not particularly as concerning as it would be in a closer game. I think the defense just kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit because they knew they could. So, not too concerned. It'll be concerning if they gave up that amount of yards in a first half against a really good team. That's when it starts to get really concerning. But, maybe it adds up towards a big game like against Georgia or Bama. But the concentration levels were good when the game was close. The defense was holding Purdue pretty well in the first half, and then the offense just kept scoring and scoring and scoring. And then when it gets later on in the game and you're up by 40, the defense kind of takes a back seat, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I like to see teams who are up big keep up that intensity the whole game because you want to be able to have a good performance. You want to be able to show out that your defense is still strong, and you want to be able to beat the opponent pretty well. So I like seeing the 100% effort, but I get concentration levels waning a little bit when you know that the result is kind of in the bag. That's natural. Too many stakes, bad fundamentals. Bryson Shaw. Interesting. That's interesting point there. Yeah, top pick in the draft. I mean, the top pick in the NFL draft is probably going to be this Thibodeau guy for Oregon, who didn't play against OSU. How crazy would it be to see Oregon play OSU in the playoff and Thibodeau plays? I don't think is Thibodeau still injured, or is he been? I think he's been playing now, or is he injured for the season? Let me see. Just checking this for myself. Let's look at his game log. No, he's been playing. Yeah, he's been playing. He hasn't had a sack in 2 weeks. We'll see if he gets one tonight against Washington State. Think we need to get Ryan Watts more experience at safety. Yeah, a lot of it is being bracketed. He had single coverage on the outside, and his deep plays are off hard play action where the safety bites down. Okay, that's true. That's a good observation. I wouldn't have been able to make that observation, so that's fair enough. Yeah, Thibodeau's playing. Good player, really good player. He could give the OSU O-line a tough time if those two teams played again. That would make that game even more interesting, besides the revenge aspect of it, which would be the obvious storyline for OSU to get revenge on Oregon. But I just don't see. I don't know if I see a scenario where Oregon is 2 and OSU is 3, or vice versa. It's possible. It is possible. If the committee wants to put a 2-loss Alabama team, but put them down at number 4, and then Georgia would play Alabama again in a playoff semifinal 1 month after they played in the SEC championship. Yeah, O-line played really well. The plays were able to be executed very smoothly today. The offense looked great for OSU. Best performance of the season for the offense. They need to do that again against Michigan State. Need to do that again against the Spartans. You got to make sure that Kenneth Walker doesn't go off on the OSU defense. And I think the OSU defense will do a good job holding him, I think, honestly. So we'll see about that.